going to do an inquiry and interactive activity with you, so you will have to join me. So first, a disclaimer. A disclaimer means I'm going to ask you to realize certain things. In 15 minutes, I cannot do all the rewiring of your brain. I will, however, attempt to. So in order for us to attempt that together, you must now raise your right hand and commit to being open to the rewiring. Those who didn't put up your hand, I know who you are, it's okay. Okay, put down your hand, very good. The first thing you're going to do is stand up. Yes. Look very carefully around you and take some awareness of your observation of where you are. And then I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Okay? And when you don't need to do it yet, I'm going to talk you through the series of things. I'm going to ring a bell. The bell will sound like this. Okay? When I ring the bell, you start. And when I ring the bell, you stop only when the vibration stops. Not yet. Now. Do you understand? So when I ring the bell, you start. When I ring the bell, you stop. Very simple. I need you to close your eyes. If you're comfortable, if you're not comfortable, just stare at the spot at the bottom of the ground. Okay? And we are going to listen to my voice for instructions and begin. We are going just to focus on ourselves as the human technology that we are. Take a moment to appreciate the fact that all this time, your heart has been beating without your help. All this time, your lungs have been opening and closing and opening itself to air and oxygen without your help. All this time, blood has been circulating through your body. And you have been interacting with people from the mind level, but also from the smell and feeling level. You had energy levels go up, and you had energy levels go down. And that is the beauty of your human potential. I'm going to ask you to take 3 very deep breaths for yourself to get into the most calm and relaxed but alert state you can. And then I'm going to ask you to take very careful but very aware steps towards the nearest person next to you. Okay, very careful, and you can open your eyes if you're worried, but try not to. You have more awareness than you know, I promise you. Very good, perfect, because for the next activity, you need to be next to someone. And if you're already next to someone, that's great. Another 3 more deep breaths, and then you slowly open your eyes to the room, and I ask you to come with a brain that is open but inquiring, alert and relaxed. Let us begin. You may open your eyes and take a seat. Okay, take a seat. Very good. What do is I train leaders. Oracle is a client. Schneider Electric is a client. Google is a client. Singtel, one of the largest Singtel telcos in Singapore, is a client. Fidelity is a client. The Singapore Air Force is a client. So I train pilots who are flying airplanes to be aware in the moment what is really a stress and a real crisis, as opposed to a crisis that they're creating in their head. Right? And I don't do it alone. I belong to a big organization called Search Inside Yourself, which was the Google mindfulness program that was brought out of Google. SAP uses it currently. Okay? Other people who are using other mindfulness programs are Salesforce, LinkedIn, right? And many, many other smaller companies. The company Perks, which I mentioned on my tag, is the startup I work with. Eduardo Saverin, the Facebook co-founder then, he is one of the investors. All of them are using mindfulness because in order to shine brighter, you need to overcome some of the resistance in ourselves. And the only way to do that is with self-awareness and self-regulation. Okay, so I'm going to go through some exercises on self-awareness and self-regulation, and I'm going to be a bit scientific and a bit playful, right? So please don't quote me back home about what I'm doing, right? Go back and look at Google yourself. You're all smart people, but a bit scientific and a bit playful. So step 1, you want to shine brighter. And in human technology, number 1, did you know that when we gather together, we spark off energy? You know that, right? It's called what? Mirror neurons. Mirror neurons means when I look at someone, when she smiles, I smile, usually, right? If we're connected. So she's smiling, I'm smiling back. That's why over years, husband and wife begin to look like each other. Because they smile the same way. They look the same way, and over years, they look the same. That's why dogs look like the owner after a while, or the owner look like a dog after a while. Depends on who smiles more. Okay, so obviously, Oracle, Singtel, they want optimization of their people, their workforce. So they're trying to ignite and inspire people. But you know, up to 30% or more of the workforce are disengaged, and another 30% are actively against the workforce. Now, why? Okay, let's talk about technology and change. Now, if you want people to adapt to technology, you can't expect the technology to change and people just to adapt. You know this. Today, you're all the early adapters, you're the founders, you're the creators. Great for you. How many of you have a family member back home going, "What are you doing? Why are you wasting your life? Why did you throw away your degree?" Put up your hand proudly. Yes, and that is how you know you're an early adapter and a founder, because no one else understands what you are talking about. Okay? So, how does old thought happen? Right? Step 1. Everybody follow me because this is very important, right? Everybody put your hand in front of your eyes like that, okay, and do it very fast. Now, in a day, we have more, very fast, this is too slow, people. Faster? Very good. We have more than 50,000 thoughts. These are your 50,000 thoughts moving very fast across your face. Please put them across your eyes like that because you cannot see anything else except your thought. Do you understand? All of us, human beings, we generate up to more than 50,000 thoughts in a day. See your thought? Get it? Now, I want you to understand that this is okay. This is good. This means you're thinking. This means you're alive. Okay, what's not so good is this. 50,000 thoughts. Everybody, come on. Join me. 50,000 thoughts. Hands across the face. Come on. Work for it. Come on. Yes, very good. And you're triggered. Triggered like that, up and down. Okay, and then keep going. Triggered. Let me explain what a trigger is. Keep going. Triggered, yeah? Okay. A trigger is this. This morning till now, some of us here flew many hours. So we're concentrating, and next thing you know is, I want to sleep. Concentrating. I want to sleep. Concentrating. Some of us were hungry. Concentrate. I want to eat. Concentrating. I want to eat. Concentrating. I want to eat. Right? Some of us had worse, right? We have, I am here. My husband, a wife, or someone I love is angry with me. I cannot concentrate because they're angry with me. I am sad and upset because they're angry with me. And then you go on. Now, in the workday, we have this. To deny it will be ridiculous. Now, scientific evidence has shown that we are distracted, not by our thoughts sometimes, by our thoughts reacting with emotions. Right? Now, everybody do this again? 50,000 thoughts. Now, think of a trigger that you have normally, and then go back. Okay, this trigger is something you always think about. You don't know why, but you always think about this. Right? For me, it's money. All right? You can relax. I'm doing money, right? So when money is not enough, I go. Right? Sometimes when money is too much, I also go. Right? Why? Because we are wired to have repetitive thoughts over things that are what? Important to us. So in survival skills, what happened is the amygdala, right, your reptilian brain, has certain things it thinks it needs. So we had food, we had water, we had sleep, we had sex. Some of us no sex, right? And then when you don't have enough, it goes, I want more, right? Now, you also have a prefrontal lobe cortex, like what Colin mentioned just now. This is the place that we now have discovered empathy, intuition, creativity, right? Moral decision making. Everything good is here. In order to move from here to here, we need to know how to breathe and let our thoughts go. Now, that was what you were trying to do just now. You were doing a short mindfulness exercise. So in organizations, a lot of old thought is like that. Think of it as this: old thought, old thought, old thought, old thought. Get it? Lots of old thought. Do you know how many old thoughts we have in a day? All 95% of our thoughts a day are old. Thoughts from the past, thoughts of fear. Do you know how many percent of our thoughts are negative in a day? More or less than 50%. More or less than 60. More or less than 70. 80% of the day's thoughts are usually negative. That doesn't make you a negative person. It makes you very aware of danger, which makes you a very good leader, mother, person, but sometimes doesn't make you a good innovator. You understand the difference? Right? So when you have this person going, which is you, okay, just in case you think someone else, you need to do this. Take a deep breath, everybody take a deep breath now. And go, okay, I heard you. Deep breath, okay. And then this one can kick in. It takes a few seconds. Some people take more than seconds, okay? It's minutes. That's why your mother always said, take 10 deep breaths, right? And then this kicks in. And then you're nice again. Okay? You're not scary. You're a lovely person, yeah? But when you're here, this is under stress, anger, shame. So what happens is when you do this breathing, you allow new thought to come in. That's why everyone says, right? Oh, I had an idea in the shower. No one has an idea in the shower, okay? You were showering, and you had nothing in your mind for once, and then a new thought can come in. You woke up in the morning, and you didn't think about bad things yet, and a new thought can come in. You were about to sleep, and you were relaxed, and then a new thought comes in. That's why people who are creative go far away to write, so they can have some new thoughts. Now, if you want to be an innovator, you need to have new thought. But you also need to have good thought, which is why we're here. And good thought is something to do with your values, right? To do with your values. Now, I don't know what time it is because the light has gone off, darling. So if I'm off time, then I'm too bad for you. Okay. So many of us are reacting. In a day, right, this is what happens. Normally, right, this thing doesn't get activated. So everything's fine, working, very happy. Next thing you know, thinking about project, I'm fine. Then the call comes in from my boss, and it's happening like that. Now, this is good because it keeps you safe. But sometimes some of us see our boss as the next bear, right? The next animal, the thing that's going to attack us. And we don't take that edge forward to go forward to the edge. Once we go to the edge where I can actually see you all, this is fantastic, we should stand here all the time. Okay, when you go to the edge, right, get it? This is where innovation happens. But can you have the courage to go to the edge? In fact, you can go to the edge and do this, right? Ooh, ooh. And you can do what? Some people do what? Right? Right? But a lot of us, we can't even get here because before we even get here, we what? Mother says, don't go near high places. Husband say, don't spend my money on strange things. Right? So what you need to do in this time is take a deep breath. And then, still, try it out. Talk to your husband, talk to your mother, talk to your government. Okay, because we are innovators by default. We adapt, we change, we are human. So, reaction, not good. Response, very good. Response comes from prefrontal lobe. Reaction comes from here. Reaction is not bad. Reaction keeps you safe. But response after reaction is where we move forward in innovation. Okay, so what is happening? There's many things around us that cause us to be very distracted and very frightened. I want you to turn to the person next to you and do one thing. Turn to them and do your hand up and down, like what I did just now. And can you see this person clearly? No, right? Do you know why? Do you know why I can't see them? Because you're not listening to them. Put your hand down and just stare at them for now. Take a deep breath and look at them. Uncomfortable, don't stare. And I want you to understand you do not have to talk to communicate. You do not have to react to communicate. You only need to respond. Turn your face back to me. When you respond like that, you can recover from conflict in the company. You can recover from pain and suffering and loss. Because what you're doing is this. One last thing, very important. That's why I asked for a thing. Many of us are doing this, okay? Dendrites, neurons, and we are flashing to each other. So if I say disaster, you normally say this, right? Okay? Some of you, if I say maths, you say this as well. And some of you say this. Okay? So this is called a neuro expressway. We have so many of this in our lives. My call to you today, very simple. Whenever you jump on the expressway, which looks like that, or like this, and you can't remember, feel it, right? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And walk out of the expressway so that you can find a way to respond instead of reacting. You understand? Take a deep breath before that next jump on the expressway that's emotional. And respond rather than react. Your workplace conflict will be better. Your love life will be great. Your parent relationship and your relationship with money and work will be much better. And that's what I teach Oracle, SAP, Google, Perks. And that's what I'm teaching you today. Thank you for your time.